I'm doing well. What are we talking about today? Sorry.
Um, just anything you want to. I'm all open. I want to learn more about entrepreneurship and sort of your journey and things that you did and experienced.
Okay. We met on Facebook group.
Yeah, yeah.
Which group was that? Do you remember?
I think it was the new or small business owners and entrepreneur group.
Okay. That group is not so small, if it's the same one that I'm thinking. It has about 500,000 members.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think the name is like small business owners.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a small group, but
Okay. All right. Do you
yeah.
do a lot of work on Facebook groups?
I've been recently trying to get more involved in Facebook groups, but normally I find work through YouTube. That's how I find businesses.
Okay. And what kind of work do you do?
Right now I have a marketing agency for tree care businesses.
Okay. Um, I mean, there's quite a few landscaping groups that would probably help you um, in your pursuit to find clients. Have you tried that?
I haven't. Right now I'm running ad campaigns with Facebook, but I think my landing page is not that strong because my ads are doing really well. Right now I have like a 7 cents cost per click.
Wow, that's cool.
And I've only spent $20. So I've gotten like 300 clicks, but it's not converting to meetings. So I think my landing page needs to be improved.
Or your trust foundation needs to be improved. Don't
Yeah, that
forget,
too.
as soon as someone sees they might want to do business with you, they're going to check you out online first, right? And if
Yeah.
the online portion doesn't match what they read and why they clicked, you're going to lose a lot of people there. So we've helped design over 1,000 companies in our 40-year career, so I see this a lot. So influence is the new currency. So you need to take that to heart if I may offer you that advice.
Yeah, I noticed that too is that's something I could definitely be a lot stronger on is like building a personal brand. I don't really post a lot, and that's definitely
Okay.
something I should be doing.
Okay. And why don't you post a lot? Is it because you're shy? You're an introvert? You don't sound like,
Yeah,
are you?
that's honestly what it is right now. I haven't got out of like my comfort zone really with creating videos or like uploading YouTube videos, things like that.
Okay. If you're going to be in the marketing industry, you got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
You got to. I speak with a lot of business owners. Well, I remember a comment that a 26-year-old business owner, the company was 26 years, not the business owner. Business owner is in his early 50s, I think. And he kept saying, Leo, I just want to stay under the radar. That's not me. I don't want to do videos. I don't want to do that. You hopefully, it's a good thing we changed his mindset because he was stuck at $2 million for over 24 years. And since we've been working with him, now he's at 5 million.
Oh wow.
And originally he wanted to sell his company because he was burnt out. But today he doesn't want to sell his company. Even though he knows he can sell his company and start five others, because to me, a true entrepreneur is someone that flips businesses, right?
Hmm.
You get bored after 2 or 3 years in the business, you get bored, right? So you want to keep challenging yourself, you want to keep growing and be creative and developing new skills and so on. So why did you decide the marketing industry?
The reason I decided marketing is because it doesn't take a lot of money to start.
Well,
It's really easy to start, low
yeah,
capital.
yeah,
All I need to do is get a client. Like I could get 3 clients and be making 100,000 a year if I play my cards right.
right.
And to start the site and do advertising and things, it's only like a couple $100s at first. So there's like little risk or like less risk than other businesses.
Okay. So let's dissect what you just said. right? In theory, it sounds right, but in reality, it may not be that easy because what happens is we build a lot of barriers between ourselves and the client. We build literally a China wall between ourselves and the client, right? And we make it virtually impossible as you're experiencing to build those relationships. Okay. As an example, I'm single. I'm trying to date, but we speak different languages. Male and female are different languages. We come from, the book Men Are from Mars, Women Are from Venus. That's very true because we have different expectations. We have a Grand Canyon divide on how we communicate. We don't even communicate the same language. Okay. So, in a business perspective, the way you think, hey, this is reasonable. And from his perspective, what you're saying is not reasonable, right? Because you're not tackling his biggest hurdle, his biggest pain point, right? And what you need to understand is business owners do one thing at a time. They should be doing 30 things at a time, but they do one thing at a time. So right now, chances are they're struggling to find profitable clients, which you can help, right?
Yeah.
But 6 weeks ago or 6 months ago, you couldn't even talk to them about, finding profitable clients because they didn't have enough staff to do the work that they had, right? So you got to understand where they're at and what's their biggest pain point. Because if you don't solve the biggest one, you're not going to get to number three.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and even though their biggest problem right now is holding on to their staff and finding profitable clients, their mindset has always been that I can never find quality employees, so I can't do marketing. So even though that's changed, their mindset hasn't.
Okay.
Okay. So how you tackle that, I don't know because that's a problem I'm having as well.
So that's kind of what I'm helping with. So my agency that I'm doing, we're specifically helping them get qualified leads and jobs. So how it works is we would run ads for that tree care business. Then with whatever leads we get, we would reach out to for the business and qualify them and then book jobs with that business on their calendar.
Okay.
So that's how like I'm trying to go
So it's
about
a
it.
done for you program.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Which is a good idea. And also, you picked a very, very narrow niche, which is good. But I think you should have about 10 narrow niches. Okay. Because when one is not working, then you have, the other seven working,
yeah.
and so on. So, um, but okay. So how do you find the arborists? Because arborist groups are not going to be very big on Facebook. So how do you
The
find them?
way I'm finding them is through, well, I have ads running on Facebook, targeted ads targeting certain interest. I also hired someone to specifically look up businesses and cold email them. Then I also go on Instagram, and my cousin, he owns a tree care business. So what I would do is I'd go to his account and I'd look at like recommended accounts and I'll outreach to other businesses from Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good strategy. But you need to scale that. If you want to make money, you need to scale that. Are you using any software for, let's say, LinkedIn or Facebook groups or anything like that?
No, I
No.
wanted to get some like AI outreach going with
Okay.
emails so I can send way higher volume because we're only sending about like 200-ish a day. And I know with AI softwares, you could be sending like thousands.
Okay. Emails you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, emails.
Okay. The open rate for email is what today?
Um, For us, it's about 70, 80%.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's super targeted.
Yeah.
What's the response rate?
See that's a little lower, usually about like 20%.
Okay. 20% sounds very high as well, because normally when it's really targeted, it's 1 or 2%. Okay. So
The
look at your numbers.
the another reason why it might be higher is because we do like highly personalized targeting. So sometimes we'll create them like a thumbnail or something for a YouTube video. We'll create them a email sequence they can send out. We give them free value when we give them emails, and it helps with our response rate.
Okay. So explain that a little deeper. How do you
So
help them personally?
so for example, um well, I just started the tree care, so I haven't done as much as I have with my real estate one. But for my
Okay.
realtors, when I would email them, I would create them free value.
Okay.
So a lot of them I found through YouTube. So what I would do is I would go on Canva and I'd make them a thumbnail and kind of give them a video idea. So I'd be like top 5 reasons to buy a house in Utah. And I'd make them a thumbnail and I wouldn't ask for anything. I would just tell them, hey, I made this for you. If you like it, let's hop on a call and discuss some other ways I could bring value to your business.
Okay.
So when I worked with the realtors, I had like a really high appointment booking rate and a high response rate as well.
Okay. I like the video idea. How long does it take you to create a video? Because you're just changing the thumbnail, right?
Well, yeah, I don't make the video. So I just give them the idea and I make the thumbnail. And if they want to use the thumbnail and the video idea to make a video, then they can.
Okay. I would go further. I thought you were actually building a video, because now you can reach out all the video to all the real estate agents in the Utah area with the same video, right? So
Yeah.
it's worth doing. And I think that's a good idea. Um, but I think you need to go further still. Um, Saying something like, if you work with us, we will share this video with your future potential clients, 1,000 to 1,000 people a day, or 10,000 people a month, or whatever number you want to use, because now you're doing it for them and you're showing them what kind of results
Hmm.
you can get for them. And out of 10,000 people, you should get at least 1 or 2 new clients a month, right? So if you show them the whole road and the result, or focus on the result first. Here's how we're going to get you 2 or 3 new clients per month. Click the video below. We're going to share that video with 10,000 of future potential clients in your zip code area. Tell me what that out. I'm assuming it's this, and this. And I think you'll get a pretty good open rate. So you have two narrow niches: real estate and the tree
Yeah.
people, right?
I've kind of moved away from real estate because I
Okay,
just started the tree one about a month ago and I just got all of my like systems set up and outreach systems and my offer and my pricing, my website and all that. So I've been
okay.
wanting to go a lot harder on it during the summer. And there's like a few other things I want to do with it too. Like I still haven't done cold calling a lot, and I think that could be a good way to get some business.
It's hard to scale with cold calling. Like cold calling someone on the phone.
Hmm.
I would try text messaging, because you can automate that. And text messaging has an open rate of 80%. So where do you live?
Virginia.
Virginia. Is text messaging illegal in US?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I get random text messages all the time.
Because sending out cold emails in Canada is illegal, but texting is not. And I guess that's why it's more popular and the results are better. So, okay. Well, uh, the reason why I'm helping you, I'm being selfish, by the way.
That's okay.
The reason why I want to help you is that if I create an expert in you, then I can use you as a subcontractor to help my clients. So if you're willing to trade services, I can guide you. And when you perfect your product or your service, then I'm more than prepared to introduce you to my clients.
Yeah,
So
I'm 100% down. I
okay.
want to learn. I want to get better at business. This isn't the only business I want to do either. Like I have like a lot of goals that I want to accomplish, and this is kind of just the start. I want to get this going, and then I want to get into real estate investing. I want to get into crypto. I want to get into drop shipping, things like that.
Okay. You are the typical entrepreneur. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. I started my first construction business when I was 17. And what I find, and made my first million before I was 25, what I find is entrepreneurs are always chasing shiny things. Okay. I resisted that because I focused on my business and I kept focusing on it and I avoided distraction until I had it to a level where I could sell it. Okay. You need to have that discipline as well. Pick one thing, okay, whether it's marketing, crypto, or whatever, or but you can't do real estate. Well, you can do real estate flipping, and you're thinking you're going to use marketing to get the money so you can do real estate flipping, right?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of
You
under the
don't have to
impression.
do that. You can find investors that like your proven concept. As an example, I had a client in British Columbia, Canada, who had this concept of rent to own, which is a great concept, by the way. And he says, Leo, I've got more renters than I have, houses. I really need investors. And I said, okay, we can connect you with investors, but are you sure you have enough renters? Because if we connect you with investors and then you run out of renters, we're going to piss off some investors, right?
Yeah.
No, 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 Leo, don't worry about that. They're coming out of the woodwork. Sure enough, 3 months in, he ran out of renters. You know, the investors thinking, okay, Leo promised them, a long-term project, ongoing projects. They like the concept. And the reason why they like the concept is because a lot of people, even though they believe they're what happens is they're paying 20 to 30% more on their rent, and that goes towards a deposit. And at a certain date, they have enough money put aside, they can buy the house. Okay. But a high percentage of the people cannot fulfill their contract. So the owner or the investor gets an extra 20 or 30% on rent, um, and the client does not buy the house. So that's why the investors like it. But real estate flipping, we used to flip 12 houses a month back in 87, 88, and 89. So there's a lot of money to be made. But if you're looking to make money from real estate, I would go with conceptual investing or commercial flipping. Okay. By the way, there's some videos on my YouTube channel that talk about all this stuff. You're welcome to have a look at it. There's 500 videos, so you got to do a search for whatever you're looking for.
Okay.
So, what I would suggest is you're a young guy. I don't see a clear path in front of you. Okay. And I think you need to have that clear path. If you can't tell me exactly, you know, when you're 55 years old, exactly what your day looks like, then you don't have a clear path. Okay. You need
Yeah.
that because if, driving around, North America trying to go somewhere or hoping to find a destination is not a good idea. If you go from Toronto to Miami, I use Google Maps and it sends me the most direct or the most scenic or whatever route I want, right? And you're going to get there a lot faster. Same thing with a business blueprint or a life blueprint. You need a life blueprint.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I do like kind of like what you're saying with the shiny object syndrome. I definitely have fallen into that because I've gone from like copywriting, I've gone from real estate to tree care to trying to do e-commerce, things like that. I just need to commit to one and narrow
Yeah.
down on it.
Yeah, commit to one, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the most profitable, even though it would be nice if it was. But when you find systems or leverage tools to help you with that, software advisors or whatever it is, when you use leverage tools, now you're producing better results. And the idea is to hire people so they do the nitty-gritty work, so you can do the fun work or the important work, like speaking with clients and building relationships, right? Or playing
Yeah,
golf with, the real estate broker that has 1,000 agents, that
building
that type of thing.
relationships and things.
Yeah. So tell me more about you. Are you married? You're single? You're going to school? What's going on?
No, I'm single. I kind of I told you a little about this on Facebook. So I got diabetes when I was 17. I basically gave up and like quit all my sports. I stopped going to school. I got held back another year, graduated late, and I kind of just became a loser, to be honest, for about 5 years. Then I met a girl. I started fixing myself, getting a little bit better. She cheated on me. We broke up. Then I met another girl, and she was better than the first one, or it seemed that way. And then she ended up doing the same thing she did. And then that's when I was like, all right, I need to fix my life. I need to get my shit together. So I started doing the entrepreneurship route and researching how to make money online, how to start businesses. I've never had a job. I've only done my like my businesses. My first job, I was writing emails for a realtor. Um, yeah, so I'm just trying to perfect entrepreneurship.
Okay. Well, I like your mindset. And by the way, you're not a loser. You're a good look.
I was definitely one.
You're a good looking guy. You should have a string of at least 10 women looking to date you, right?
The
No, I'm being serious.
Well, the thing was, so this is actually my mindset shift, right? So I would just play video games, right? But I became like literally the best player in the world at a video game.
Wow.
So that's when I was like, okay, if I just do this in real life rather than a video game, I'll have a good life. Like if I get good at real life rather than this video game that does nothing for me, I'm gonna have a whole better life.
Right. But
So that was like my mindset
let's
shift.
not jump over the video game. I mean, there are people that make millions of dollars playing video games, right? If you're
Yeah.
that good, and you enter competitions, you can make a ton of money. I mean, Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this quite a bit. Do you follow Gary Vaynerchuk?
No.
Okay, you need to follow him. Um, yeah, I mean, even if you wanted to do that, you wanted to build a career playing video games, I would hire a coach. I would hire the best guy out there and say, hey, I don't have any money, but I've got $1,000 for groceries next month. I'll give you that. Teach me how to play video games at your level, or teach me how to beat you, right?
The main problem is the game I was good at wasn't profitable at all. Do you know what World of Warcraft is?
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I don't play
Yeah.
video games, so
Basically what I did, I played Arena on that game, which is a PvP thing. But the tournaments and the payouts, very low prizes. So it's really hard to that wasn't
right.
the life I wanted. Like I look at pro players and they do make a lot of money, but I want to make like what I have set in my life and the things I want to do, I need more than that. I need to have
Yeah.
like a business. I need to have multiple
Or you need to
incomes.
learn to play a different game. Like poker
Yeah,
players can make a ton of money, right? But
yeah,
you also have to look at the odds. It's like trying to play in the NFL, right? The odds you're probably better off winning the lottery, right? You'd win the lottery faster than you can play in the NFL. Same thing with video games. But you're right. The odds of you running a great marketing company or flipping real estate or whatever that is, the odds are much higher, right? We've had two failures in our life because It's building the trust foundation. It's building the whole system to make sure you are successful. It's
Yeah.
not hoping you're successful. It's putting the work in and the systems in to make sure you are. Okay. When there's a 96% failure rate, we've had 2 failures in 40 years. So our record is not bad. So yeah, that's what I would advise you, and if I could go back in time to when I was, 5 years old, I would give the same instructions. Pick one thing, start
Yeah.
reading. At 5 years old, start reading business books, start joining entrepreneur clubs. All your time should be spent engaging with entrepreneurs, 16 hours a day minimum on Facebook groups, LinkedIn, surround yourself. Influence is the new currency. Okay. Your net worth is your net work. Okay. Those are two principles that I try to live by. But then again, I've been kicked out of LinkedIn. I used to have 127,000 connections. So don't do what I do. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah,
Okay.
like spread around, diversify.
Diversify, yes. But make a decision over the next months. Tell yourself you're going to make a decision over the next 30 days. By, let's say, July 21st, this is what you're going to do, and you're going to spend that time researching, do whatever you need to do. But you need to pick one thing and be the best at it. Okay. If you're not the best at it, do what as I do. I have 30 subcontractors who make me look good. Right.
Yeah.
I don't have to be the best at everything, but I need to know the best. Right. I hope that
That
makes sense.
no, it definitely makes sense because I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I saw something on Twitter the other day where someone said, for anyone wondering if like a market's saturated or if anything's saturated, it's not if you just become the best at it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. And construction business owners always say we can never find the tradespeople. As you said, if you are the best, they will find you,
yeah.
right? So we have 4 minutes. I have to be on another call, but I would encourage you to schedule another call. Think about this. Do you mind if I post this on Facebook and YouTube?
You can post it. I don't care.
Okay, I think it would help you. Also, when you're on my YouTube channel, search for real estate investing, conceptual investing. Look at my dating videos as well. Those should not be on there, but they are. I went through some dark times in my life. Um, and I talk about some of the struggles, the male female expectations. Look at marketing, look at differentiation, right? So when you're picking a product like marketing, you are becoming a subcontractor, or your best work should be as a subcontractor for someone like me. So you should connect with all the management consultants in the world and say, hey, I can help you. I'm going to, work for you for free for 30 days or 90 days, whatever that is. Let me prove to you that, my stuff really works. And, in exchange for a testimonial, and, if you like my stuff, start recommending me to your clients. I will pay you 10% or whatever it is. There has to be a partnership program there. Okay. That's what I would suggest you do.
I have one more question.
Sure.
What would you say from your experience helped you network the best or helped you the most with networking?
Ooh. I have 6 advisors, by the way. Every Friday I meet with my advisors. But your question was networking. Let me backtrack a little bit. I think the question
Okay.
you're trying to ask me is when I was 11 and a half, 12 years old, my dad was absent from our lives. And again, this is on a YouTube video, was absent from our lives and he had catch up to do. So he spent a lot of time with us, and there's 6 kids. And he kept saying, Leo, work hard, nose to the grindstone, just bust your ass, and eventually you'll become successful. And I'm thinking, that doesn't make sense. That really doesn't resonate with me. What he said about real estate really resonated, and I jumped on that. But what he was saying about working hard didn't resonate because I thought there's got to be a difference between working hard and working smart. Okay.
Yeah.
I started meeting my brothers, and my uncle used to take me to St. Mike's Hospital, where they say eventually you're going to work here because you get paid a lot of money here. And I would ask questions. How long have you been here? Oh, I was only planning to be here for the summer, and now I'm here for 40 years. And I kept hearing that story, and I said, "You idiots! That's a trap. Why can't you
Yeah.
see that that's a trap? Right? Get out of there." Right? And the same thing you said about not having a job, because a job is a trap, and
Yeah.
you didn't fall for it. So, anyways, I knew that I had to find better mentors, even though I didn't know what a mentor was, right? I thought, okay, I need to meet successful business owners. So I went to church, everybody's dressed well. Who's who? You don't know, right? Even the guy who sweeps the floor is dressed well. Then I thought, okay, where do I find them? There's no internet back then, right? There's only encyclopedia books, and I couldn't find any answers there. So, anyways, I thought, okay, after a couple of weeks of thinking, I thought, okay, successful business owners dress nicely, they wear custom made suits. So, I'm going to get a job in a tailor shop. Okay. That's where I met a lot of the mentors. Okay. And I speak a lot about that in some of the YouTube videos. My volleyball coach was a great mentor. He was shitty at volleyball, but a great coach, right? So yeah, surround yourself with people who are willing to take the time to mentor you and help you. Join CEO clubs, mastermind groups, and entrepreneurial groups. If there isn't one, start one. But that group that you were talking about, the entrepreneur group, the 500,000 members, you should be on that, 2 or 3 hours a day, along with the other groups. Okay, because you need to infect your mind with successful business strategies, and you're building trusted relationships at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. I really need to go. I'm 1 minute late already for the next meeting.
All right. It was nice talking to you, Leo.
A pleasure talking to you. We'll talk again soon. Take care.
Take care.